Have you ever wondered about your intuition or how you might be able to expand on it? What about telepathy or clairvoyance? Well, you've come to the right place. Today's video is all about the sixth chakra, also known as the third eye. Now, the third eye is located right here. It's between the eyebrows, but up a little bit higher, right about in the middle of your forehead. And it's associated with the pineal gland, which is located actually back further, almost in the middle of the skull. And it is associated with deep perception and intuition. And that's the reason why we call it the third eye. And balancing the third eye means awakening the third eye, which means deepening your perception and being able to perceive the knowledge that really, truly, we are all one. It's a deeper knowing that your whole being and your wholeness is actually related to the entire universe. You see, everything is a vibration. On the deepest level, on the quantum level, all of the subatomic particles are vibrating, and they vibrate themselves into patterns. And these patterns manifest into material things like you and I. The curious thing about it, when you study quantum mechanics, you soon learn that it is emotion and intention and literally your mental abilities that can influence these patterns. You may have heard of a very famous experiment that a Dr. Emoto in Japan did, and it was an experiment he did on water, and he realized and proved that by putting intention and emotion on water, the molecules will actually change into patterns depending on which emotion you put onto it. If you look here, you will see examples of Dr. Emoto's experiment. And here you can see the emotion of hate and the difference in the patterns between that and love, and what a difference it is. Now, I want you to think about that the human body is made up of more than 70% water. That might get you to start thinking a little bit more deeply about what you've been thinking about and monitoring your emotions, because we know that these patterns occur everywhere in life. And indeed, life thrives on the patterns of love and kindness and gratitude. These very patterns are what make life possible. I know it's really deep, but it's so exciting because that means that you are so powerful and that you do have a lot of control over the outcome of your life and whether your body is healthy and thriving or not. So opening your third eye means that these very lessons are unveiled to you and unfurled like the fronds of a fern when it opens up. You see, all these patterns that I'm talking about are just like that. They're fractals. Fractals are patterns upon patterns upon patterns that just keep repeating themselves. As above, so below. Like, you can look at the planets going around the sun. If you look down, deep down below, it's almost identical to the way molecules behave going around a nucleus. And it's the same with every single system. If you look at trees, they have systems just like our nerves and our circulatory systems, where they branch out into fractal patterns. The one becomes many and branches off. Well, the same patterns again, repeat again and again. And if you think about it, out of the whole soup of life in the universe, you and I are just a part of the one big pattern that it keeps unfolding and folding in upon itself. It itself is a big torus energy, just like your body. Your auric field has that same pattern, just like the universe. As above, so below. Same patterns, same fractal patterns repeating. The thing is that you get to direct the patterns around your field and within your field. These patterns are also deep within, inside your very tissues. And so having these deeper knowledge, these deeper facts that exist on our universe means that your third eye is beginning to open when you can begin to realize these deeper truths about yourself, that you truly are just part of the one, and that we all share the same vibration. And when these vibrations become incoherent in our bodies or in our etheric field, that's what causes disease, because we're no longer harmonizing with the rest of the vibrations that are around us. It's a giant symphony, and we are just picture yourself that you are one instrument in this huge symphony, and if you are out of tune like the squeaky wheel, then your cells literally begin to vibrate incoherently, and then when that happens, it causes inflammation. And we know that inflammation is one of the roots of all disease. But then if you deep dive deeper than that, the root of inflammation is incoherent vibration. See where I'm going with this? So all of this deeper knowledge is unveiled and revealed to you the more that you open your third eye. Now, this is a lifelong practice. It's not like it opens in one meditation. It's a lifelong practice that, again, is a pattern in itself that unfolds and unveils throughout your life. And it's very beneficial to practice opening your third eye during meditation, because these truths are revealed to you, which then just allows you to have a happier, more centered and balanced life, which naturally leads to better health. The third eye is associated with indigo, deep color, blues and purple palette, the deep purples. I was looking for something to wear, and I didn't have a dark purple, so I had this blue color, and then I also found this arrowhead necklace that I made. This is actually polymer clay. God, I can't get my hair off of it. Sorry. Yeah, this is made of polymer clay, and it's supposed to be a little arrowhead, and I actually fashioned it and kind of chipped at it. Anyway, I thought, deep indigo color. I am Native American, or part anyway. And as you know, the natives used indigo to dye their textiles. So indigo, right? That's the indigo I came up with for today's video. But indigo vibrates along that same color spectrum. And when you look at the auric field, you can see the violet color emanating. Kirlian photography, we now can show this. You can look it up. Google it, Kirlian photography. It's really cool. As you begin to understand this deeper truth about yourself, that we truly are all just one sentient being, and that you and I are just a small part of that, but we each have our part to play in this unfolding of evolution, and that your creativity is part of that evolution, and you get to create your little part. Okay? And so it's the very creativity and falling in love with life itself that brings you to this higher vibration, that brings you back into harmony with the universe. Okay? So let's practice balancing our third eye. So we can wear indigo, we can surround ourselves with purplish colors, we can eat purplish and bluish colored foods like blueberries or blue cabbage or but there's a lot of other things. You know, I also heard turmeric is extremely good for the pineal gland. And I know that that's not blue, but it's actually really good. And throughout our lives, we tend to have calcium. They call it calcification of the pineal gland, and that tends to build up over time. And you make it worse with stress. And so literally picturing a blue, dark, beautiful blue, indigo, purple, deep purple color pulsating here in the middle of your forehead, maybe kind of like this abalone shell, pulsating deep here. And you can also tap the middle of your forehead a few times or press it really hard right before you meditate. And that'll actually get the energy to start to flow. And we're going to do that in a little bit here when we start to meditate. And so there's little things like that that you can do to activate the pineal gland. And when you do that, it releases DMT. Yeah. And that's what causes you to have dreams and lucid dreams. And you know, if your third eye is balanced, then you can become clairvoyant. You can have enhanced perceptions in all different ways. Clairaudient. I was born clairaudient. I was able to hear voices ever since a very young age, and could hear almost like little whispers and little messages. And when I was real young, I didn't understand what it was. It kind of scared me a little bit. But after a while, I learned that it wasn't anything to be scared of. In fact, most of the time, it was kind of a cross between my own intuition, which I think is kind of what it is, but it's also the etheric field, right? It's all the knowledge that ever was that you are tapping into with your pineal gland. And you have these sensory sense perceptions, right? You've got all these sensory inputs, and the pineal gland is just one of them. And that's where the third eye is, and that's why in the Indian culture they mark it with a dot, and it brings awareness to this area. And so that's one way of opening your third eye, is just bring awareness to your forehead. When you're thinking and talking, think and talk with your forehead. That's bringing awareness. It brings you to another level of perception. And then when you open your third eye even more, you realize that all the work hopefully you've done beforehand with your other chakras, it all comes into play. And it's very important that, you know, your heart chakra is very much entangled with your third eye, because with these perceptions being activated, let's say, it's very important that you entangle them with love and kindness and appreciation for all of these wonderful abilities that you've been given in human form. And when you do that, that's what raises your vibration, okay? And gets you back into harmony. And let's light a candle. And I got a little tea light here. And I'm going to go ahead and place this little tea light into my pretty abalone shell here. Lots of pretty blues and indigos in there. place my tea light in there. And that way, I can light my sage a little more safely. And we'll cleanse the room. Now, some of you may already have clairvoyant abilities or telepathic abilities or abilities to remote view. I have a friend who's really good at automatic handwriting. And that's another way of letting the energy and the information flow from the Akashic field through your body. When you let it flow through you, it tunes you. You're seeing some of my other videos where we talk about your body is really a very highly sensitive biological quantum computer that is a type of instrument, and it's got harmonics throughout, and your chakra system each have their own harmonic, their own vibration. And when we're opening our heart chakras and our third eye, and indeed all of our chakras, we're working to raise our vibrations so that they all integrate as one, just like we're trying to integrate or raise our awareness to the idea and the fact, really, that we are one, right? As above, so below. There we go. It's good to just get lost sometimes in the flame and in the smoke. It has a hypnotic quality. Yeah, go ahead and just take some slow, deep breaths. And if you'd like, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to picture a deep, glowing, purplish blue indigo light. And it's pulsating in your forehead. And I've got this beautiful piece of lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. This is known to calm and balance the third eye. And I'm going to just go ahead and begin to loosen the energy there. And I'm going to go ahead and draw. Oh, let me turn my ring around here. There we go. Draw in the chokore, which is the symbol that opens the channel for the Reiki energy. Some people call it chi. Some people call it prana. It's the life force. And now we open the channels so that the prana, Reiki healing energy, can begin to enter into your third eye. And it may help you to press on it with your hand, just a gentle pressure, eyes closed. Feel the energy. And when you do this, you may begin to see colors. and shapes. And this is the energy beginning to organize itself. That's a good thing. And it's good practice. Good practice. Go ahead and breathe nice and slow. And I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can read some affirmations for us. And you may want to bring your hands to the gas show position, just to your heart. Or if you're having a pleasant experience with your finger lightly pressing on your third eye, you may wish to keep it there. That works great to begin to open the third eye. And you may see pictures and where your pineal gland may begin to release a little bit of the DMT. And that's good. That lets us know that the energy is beginning to flow. Okay. I am spirit. I am positive spirit. I am infinite spirit. My imagination is vivid and creative. I trust my intuition. I am a conscious co-creator of the world. I'm going to go ahead and add some Avertine in here because Avertine is related to the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, we know, works very closely with the third eye. I trust my intuition. I am a conscious co-creator of the world. I am wise. Okay, while we're doing this, I want you to visualize tiny little vibrations, so gentle, vibrating right here inside, deep inside in the pineal gland, breaking up any calcification that may be there. Visualize this tiny vibration with a beautiful dark purple glowing light. And to connect this to your inner source, let's chant together the sound, the mantra, Om. Very good. And what that does, it You see, we have a tetrahedron, sacred geometry, bone structure in your nose. And when you repeat the mantra, you are vibrating this sacred geometry tetrahedron, and it is also stimulating the pineal gland, but it's also stimulating the vagus nerve, which stimulates every nerve, every organ in the body. It goes to every system in the body. So it's extremely healing. And so you can incorporate this into your meditations. Now you know why the ancients use mantras. There's really deeper meanings. It is because the universe is a symphony that we are supposed to be in harmony with. That's when we are our healthiest. There's gemstones, the lapis lazuli that I used, and also amethyst. And yeah, here's my amethyst. Meet Amy. Amy has been in my life for a very long time, and she was in Michael's life before me. Yeah, that's Amy, my amethyst. And amethyst and lapis lazuli are both really good for opening the third eye. And sodalite and purple sapphire and fluorite. That's another one, fluorite. Another thing you can do to help open the third eye is sun gazing. No, I'm not talking about looking at the sun in midday when you know that that would be bad for your eyes. I'm talking about glancing at the sun for just a few seconds right at sunset or sunrise, right when it's at the horizon. And when that happens, the spectrum of colors and the vibration is different, and that can activate the pineal gland. It actually can help heal some eye problems too. And when you help balance the third eye or your 6th chakra, you are actually healing a lot of eye problems as well, or it could be the result. And that would be great, wouldn't it? I actually have a client who got rid of some sunspots and floaters that they've been plagued with for years by doing some sun gazing right at sunset. And who doesn't love sunsets, right? So that's another way to open the third eye and help balance that 6th chakra. So that's pretty neat that would actually work. When I found that out, I went, I'm in. It's too cool. Resting the eyes are very important. You want to make sure you get lots of good sleep, lots of rest. You have to rest your eyes, especially if you're having eye problems. But if you don't rest your eyes, you could end up with eye problems, right? So resting your eyes. Now, we know the pineal gland also produces melatonin. And so we evolved with night and day, and the pineal gland automatically begins to produce melatonin when it gets dark. And that's our body's signal to begin to slow down and rest. And if you don't do that, and you stay up all night and you've got lights on, or you're staring at a computer screen, especially blue colored screen, like what's on your phone, and you're up late at night with that on all the time, that can really mess up your third eye chakra. And so, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but it is important to turn it off and give your eyes a rest, and do some other things to help balance that out. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in this meditation for your 6th chakra. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the like button too. It helps my channel to be seen, and it also helps other people who might benefit from this information. I sure do appreciate it. And you know, when we open our third eye and we become more aware of our abilities to help each other, and that we truly are just one, and that we have these wondrous powers to heal ourselves, boy, I don't know about you, but I'd say that's really groovy.